Most people who travel here, they come for the waterfall. Some like to take photos. Some like to grill chicken by the fall. And some like to take a shower. 50 cubic meters of water falling on their head from a 50 meters height. They say it feels like a head massage. But to me, it's brain damage. A lot of people who travel here, they often miss a historical fortress that sits right on top of this waterfall, about 1700 years old. Now I'm gonna put on my wings and fly up there. The fortress was first built by the Sassanid Empire of Persia. It was designed to be uncapturable and impenetrable. The job of the fortress was to watch the trade routes that connected the south of Iran to the north, and if a threat was observed, they would have made a signal notifying everyone in the vicinity. The Arabs had gone nuts. They were fighting the two most powerful empires of the time simultaneously. Upon their arrival, they claimed that they were spreading the message of God, Islam, Allah. And the Iranians had no such interest in these matters, and the war continued. The central parts of Iran was less mountainous compared to the north. So the Arabs easily penetrated and defeated the Sassanid Empire. Within 2 decades, the Arabs defeated the Byzantine Empire, and that empire shrank into a small piece in western Anatolia. But in the northern Iran, the situation was different. That area was so mountainous that it was preventing successful penetration. After all, Iranians were the masters of mountain warfare. This was one of the routes connecting the south to the north, and it was very narrow. It was surrounded by cliffs, mountains, and rivers. It was so narrow that you could only place 2 donkeys side by side. The third donkey would just fall off. Now imagine how hard it was for an army of 100,000 to pass through this route without getting ambushed. So, this is the location of the waterfall, and we're going south for about 5 kilometers visiting another structure. When you look at those rocks, do you see anything unusual, anything out of the ordinary? Those holes are not the products of erosion. They were not built by the groundhogs. They are man-made. They were built during the Arab invasion of Persia. There are many compartments built on top of each other, and they are connected from the inside via small tunnels. People actually lived here, day and night. They were soldiers, and they had a clear view of the routes down there. They could easily ambush, send signals without being seen.
Now we are just on the first floor. There is another floor up there. So it requires a little bit of rock climbing to get to the second, third, and fourth floor.
I tried rock climbing and getting myself to the upper floors. Didn't really work out. We didn't have enough equipment and ropes. So I tried a different hole for today, an easier one.
It's almost impossible to believe that people used to live here. And they had one job: to ambush.
Once they received a smoke signal from one of the spy towers, they grabbed their weapons and they waited until the enemy arrived, and then they ambushed. It's estimated that about 100 soldiers lived here, and this was one out of the many tactics that were used to prevent attacks from the south to the north. This map shows the expansion of the Arab Caliphate Empire less than 100 years after Prophet Muhammad and his team began their wars. The Arabs had captured Iran, Mesopotamia, Saudi Arabia, North Africa, all the way to Spain in Europe. And in the east, they had reached India. This was one of the largest empires in world history. Now take a look at this little section here, in the northern Iran. This section was still an independent government, un-Islamic and uninfluenced by the Caliphate Empire. But of course, it will not stay that way. To find out how the story ends, please watch the next video. For now, thank you for watching.